Well, come back to Let's Play Digimon World Next Order. Get up! Riding the forts. Oh man, I don't know how much sleep I got. Get up! I've already lost that fort.
Digimon World. Next order.
Instantly forgot what I was going to say. Or rather, you know, in that case where you've got something to say, but then as soon as you go to say whatever you were going to say, you blank. It's like, how was I going to word that? I think I was going to, talk about, it's funny. I didn't originally intend to do a second playthrough of this game. It just kind of happened, It's got is this the exception? The one exception? Have I ever let's play the game twice? Well, yeah, actually, now that I think about it, I have. So scratch that. But not back to back. It's like I remember the original Clock Tower. I think I replayed that once or twice. And there's a visual novel called Go Go Nippon. My first trip to Japan, I've done at least 3 separate playthroughs of that. It's like one on the main channel, and I think there's 2 on my Blue Skull regular channel. Or maybe it's just the 1, I can't remember. But the point is, it's not exactly, a first. Well, it is in a way, because this is a long game. I was also wondering how long this second playthrough will be, because it's definitely going to be shorter than the main playthrough, because in the main playthrough, I didn't make this much progress this quickly, because, I didn't go with the DLC eggs to start to get, the mega levels on the first generation, which in turn made it so I got a mega level on second. Come to think about it, did I get a mega level on my second generation on the main playthrough? I remember I got Megadramon. If I recall correctly, I think I got Megadramon for both of my Digimon. I can't remember. Was that a thing that happens? I can't check right now because I'd have to open up the internet browser to check. As I've stated many times, I gotta clear up space all the time with these videos, so it's, those videos are on an external hard drive. So I'd have to put that in just so, be able to look at the early parts of my main playthrough, but I think that happens. It's just like, when am I gonna get around to starting the video? It's just like, the whole Trader Ford game to me, because I was thinking, like I said, I didn't expect to, do a second playthrough. And the thing I find crazy is that this is a long game. Rune Factory Ocean's Let's Play, despite being 280 something parts, is still ongoing. And the funny thing is, whichever one of these Let's Plays concludes first, the plan from well over a year ago was to start a Let's Play of Persona 3, which is also a very long game. It's like I have to have the playing very long games. I don't know what it is. I guess I'm more drawn to RPGs, JRPGs and stuff like that, so yeah. And what was the other one? I can't remember what my other train of thought was going to be. Also, it's weird because yesterday uploaded the previous part of this Let's Play, and the day before, no uploads. There's finally a day within my schedule where I can take a day off from uploading. That's gonna change soon-ish though, because as I stated at the end of my Project Zero Let's Play, I am gonna do bonus parts. And it's not just gonna be one bonus part, because I vastly underestimated how long it would probably take. I haven't got around to recording it yet, but I've been replaying the game off screen to get screenshots that I've just been randomly taking, just, using the photo mode in that game. Plus getting some recordings on the inbuilt capture card of the PS4 to get the inner Forza characters, so that can be added on to the video when I do the bonus part. It's gonna be long, very long. So yeah, just an update on that. Let's just get on with it, shall we? Actually, what were we doing? Were we training? I think we might have been training, I'm not sure. I do know that we are at the point where you have to head to Mod Cape to get the 40x Machina that way. It's a Sunday, so training with field points. Because we don't get any boost from it. Have I picked up my daily supplies? Oh, I now remember what my other training board was. I was randomly thinking back to a while ago when I randomly stumbled upon Persona 4. Because for years I had the case, but the game was missing. And then I eventually discovered it again. It was on a stack of DVDs. And I think what must have happened was back in the day when I Let's Played Persona 4, at some point after Let's Playing it, I must have accidentally left it among all these DVD discs, because back during that time I would record my videos via a DVD recorder, because I didn't have a capture card back then. So that must have been what happened, and I had spent years probably collecting dust like that. It's kind of surreal to think about it. I can't remember what software I used for my commentary. It could have very well have been Audacity even back in the day. It's crazy how I used to just use a DVD recorder for that. I mean, the whole reason for that was, you know, I didn't know how capture card works, but I knew how a DVD recorder works. And I, you know, didn't feel like testing something that I didn't understand, essentially. You know what's great? Let's see if Botamon to get us that quicker. And then I find out I've got no money. Actually, before we head out, I will use... And I'm not expecting any battles anytime soon. But at the same time, better safe than sorry. I mean, worst case scenario, we can always rely on cross-distribution. We don't even have a lot of money, what the hell? Now we have no money. You extortionist bastard. What can I sell? Some meats for those. Hopefully I have enough to at least fly to Mod Cape. And we're nearly 10, well no, we're still a little ways away from 10 minutes into the spot, but still. I think Hinterland would take us further away than we'd want to go, honestly. I can't remember, I think Hinterland takes you to Mod Ship 2, which is, you know, isolated from the rest of Mod Cape. And that direction over there. And it basically leads to a dead end. Where Digimon is, so I don't want that. I will talk to these guys someday. Someday when I'm, you know, not busy advancing stuff and actually have the supplies to deal with it. Because you have to fight them multiple times. And they're tougher than they look. And the annoying thing is, once you challenge them, if you get your ass kicked, if you come from the Mod Cape on this specific screen after being defeated by them, you'll be forced to fight them again. You don't get any choice in the matter. It's a douche move on the developer's part. That's like freaking Greymon in the original Digimon worlds. Level of bullshit right there. Oh god, I didn't fix the Thames. How the hell did I not do that? Great. The tent will have to be repaired after this. Just gotta deal with it.
美味しく作るよ。
Have some strawberry sweet rice.
これでよし。腕の見せ所ね。
And yeah, our vegetables kind of suck. You think it'd be the opposite, you know?
これでよし。
You think discipline would go up, you know? Parents always forcing their kids to eat their vegetables and stuff. It's like, you gotta eat your vegetables, they taste bland. The trouble with healthy food, you know? Usually tastes bland or maybe even tastes bad. All the unhealthy stuff is the tastiest stuff. Now this, of course, also means if my Jijimon get hungry again, I'll just have to feed them the raw ingredients. Just can't make tents. I've got you more merchandise. Oh, there's the yellow one I got. Wait, what? Oh, I got confused. I was getting the two mixed up there. I was like, oh yeah. I remember now, yeah. Forgot I was gonna go back to Organic Wastelands. Get Yuramon and Datamon. I'll do that some other time. Use a flag. I mean, in a way, well, it wouldn't happen. Because, you know, I have no intention of taking the scenic route to get back to Organic Wastelands. Just crazy. But you can technically go there via 4PX map when we lower the bridge. It's just by the time we get there, my Digimon would be hungry and I wouldn't have the tent to be functional. Hey, it's a giant Botamon. Let's go then. Yeah! How tough is this giant Datamon? Starlight explosion! I like how the thumbnail, one of the default thumbnails when I went this. Well, the previous part had both Rosemon and Phoenixmon using their picture at the same time. Damn, this is one wait, I just realized, Botamon! Yeah, this is revenge Botamon for giving me all that misleading information. Well, it's not misleading, it's just completely out of order. This is Botamon's true form. He's a giant douchebag. Well, he's a giant ball of shit. He has everything wrong with this digital world. He gives us information for the wrong Digimon. Like, we could have been done with your Organic Wasteland stuff easier if only you gave him the information. I mean, in a way, you know, to blame the previous part. you know, having to report back to Leon. I was effectively doing the same thing with Botamon. It's like, no, I will not save. Nice, super double disc. I think that's one of the ones Rena wants, right? But you know, I do the same with Botamon, you know, it's just like, I will only get a Digimon to join a city if Botamon mentions them. So in a way, I'm doing kind of the same thing there. And I'm just looking at my side and just see movement under the duvet cover. Like inside the duvet, the cat has decided, I can fit in there, can I? And he just crawled into it. And is now using it like a little dance. Not very hygienic. I'm not going to pick up that pirate merchandise because I'm not going to be heading back to see Black Datamon for a while. Well, it depends, really. We're on the East Coast. Oh, it's right there in Vegas. The plot has made it so that all the Digimon in the area have disappeared. You know, another thought I had, I think yesterday, I was thinking about this game. Wait for her to talk.
間違いないわ。そこが破損箇所よ。あなた、修理をお願い。
So I was thinking, you know, there's some things that really bother me about this game. And I mentioned it in my main playthrough, and I probably have already mentioned in this playthrough too. But take, for example, that little town that Jijimon destroyed in Server Desert, in the Oasis area. That never gets rebuilt, nothing ever comes of it. That bugs me, but you know what also bugs me? You resolve all the Organa Wasteland stuff, but it still looks like it's a war-torn area where a battle is still ongoing. It doesn't change. That's the trouble with this game. You have these things where it feels like there should be monumental changes to the scenery. You know, where all those catapults and stuff should be gone, you know, because there's no longer a war going on there. But no, it's just kind of left there, so, you know, kind of wasted potential in the wastelands there. And Server Desert. And Meicoomon, not even acknowledging it. They definitely must have different people working on different things. It's like, okay, you work on Organa Wasteland story, you work on Bono Resort story, but have no communication with each other during the entire development. What could possibly go wrong?
ネットワークの復旧を確認、成功よ。これで送信体制は整った。
It's one of those ball things. I've got one on my desk. What are they even called anyway?
これはバリよ。こんな保護機能があるなんて資料にはなかったはずだけど。まあいいわ。これで誰もケーブルには触れられない。あとはアンチプログラムを一斉送信するだけね。お疲れ様。ジジモンの家へ戻ってきて。
Yeah, make us come all the way out here just to do that. And then immediately, just like, okay, we go by the city. I'm not even gonna get to lower the bridge. I mean, I couldn't just say, screw your Datamon portal. I'm going further in to lower the bridge. But no, I think I'll just advance the plot instead. I need to fix my tent anyway. Come back to town, it looks like you've completed the repair. Good work. Be careful on the way home. I mean, did I really have to do this myself? Surely someone else could have done that. It's quicker and, you know, well, not too big, you know, just like, yeah, this is below us. It is below us, you know. It's just like sitting down here like some low-level mechanic. It's like, we've got more important things to do, like bringing more Digimon to the city and defeating whatever foes show up next, you know? We're the ones that do all the important stuff. I mean, Hamari and Koda, they ain't doing anything. Why weren't they sent here to fix this? Why us? All we have to do is just come here, fix the freaking cable, and be out. You're in, you're out, and that's it. Ridiculous. At least we get some materials out of it, I guess. This also means we're very near the end of Chapter 2, if I recall. Chapter 2, I think, is shorter than Chapter 1.
アンチプログラムが使えない？完成間近ではなかったの？どういうことか説明してもらえるかしら？
There always has to be a catch.
基本プログラムは完成しておるのじゃが、実用性という点でどうしてもクリアできん問題があっての。
Well, like a beard scratcher, because that's... I mean, it looks like he's scratching his beard, but it doesn't quite work because it's not very detailed.
デジモンたちはそれぞれにデータ組成が異なっておるのはお前さんも知っているじゃろう。
You know, what do you reckon Jijimon looks like on all that? It feels like his entire hair and his beard. I mean, it looks plastic or rubbery, doesn't it? It's like he's got a rubber mask that's essentially just hair. He just shoved it over his head. Well, maybe underneath all that he is actually. I just picture like a bald head and he has like a monk-like look to him, but not like an old monk, but like a young monk that's like all buff and kick your ass. Maybe like that Tien guy or whatever from Dragon Ball Z or something. Maybe even have the same amount of eyes as well. He had 3 eyes. I can't remember. You know, just look completely unexpected, you know. Doesn't look like a frail old guy. It's just like, no, I pretend to be an old frail man, so I don't have to do anything.
そこで各自に対し自動で最適なワクチン化がされるようにアンチプログラムの改良を試みておったのだが、
独自の組み方のプログラムゆえか少しの書き換えで効果が薄らいでしまう。
悪いな、独学のプログラミングなもんでね。
何か解決案が？個々人に最適化させた自動ワクチン化なんて容易にできることではないと思うけど。ナノモンならばあるいはと思っておる。
It's a shame we can't have the dialogue repeat there. I didn't hear Datamon in that. If you didn't say Datamon, no, specifically Datamon, and that means Datamon is one of many Digimon whose name in Japanese was changed when localized. Some Digimon, I mean Digimon Eva came in. You know, Agumon, Gabmon, those Digimon came in, but you know, Datamon, hell, even Phoenixmon is also different. It's like Hoemon or something like that in Japanese. Probably means the same thing though, as Phoenix Monster. So it, you know, in cases it is like a proper translation. It's just that, you know, it's done a little differently.
Nanomon? それってどんなやつ？
天才的なプログラミング技術と知識を持った専門家だ。おそらくデジタルワールドにナノモン以上の適任者はおるまい。
しかし大きな問題があっての。あやつはひどく臆病でめったなことでは人前に姿を現さんのじゃ。
Is he Metacorimon? I couldn't quite make out what he said there.
どこにいるかわからないってこと？
そういうことじゃ。
ナノモンか。って待てよ。もしかして町のユラモンが誓いの草原で見かけたって言ってたやつのことかな。
なぬ？
いや、 でもユラモンって寝ぼけてよくわけのわからないこと言ってるから本当がわからないよ。
You know, it feels like a bit of a nod to the original Digimon world. I mean, maybe not intentionally, but maybe it is, I don't know. Because, you know, in the original Digimon world, Yuramon was basically the Botamon in that game. That also had Botamon in the game. But, you know, it had Botamon's role of sorts. I mean, it wouldn't tell you... I mean, Angelmon, when he joined the city, he has more of that. But Yuramon would point out, you know, specific points of interest. Like, you know, I hear there's a invisible bridge to the Grand Canyon, and that's how you're able to get there. Because, you know, before you get that information from Yuramon, you can't cross it because you'd have to be completely insane to do that without that knowledge.
ちっこくて浮遊しておるユラモンならばナノモンに気づかれなかったというのもあるかもしれんな。
あなた次から次へと申し訳ないけれどユラモンから話を聞いてナノモンを探してくれる？
You know, if I remember it correctly, this is absolutely pointless. Because she's telling us to go talk to Yuramon, but we don't actually have to talk to Yuramon if I recall.
そういうことなら俺も行こう。隠れ上手なデジモンを探すなら人手があった方がいいだろ。
私も行く。かくれんぼは超得意。絶対に見つかんね。
That's not how this works.
お前が隠れてどうすんだよ。
いい子だからおとなしく留守番しててね。やだ、一緒に行く。
Wow.
こいつは俺が捕まえとくからナノモンを探しに行ってくれ。
You notice any time the protagonist makes like a visual reaction where they're like kind of flinching a bit, I always go, "Wah!" Always in that distinct tone.
離せ、コータ。バカ、ロリッチョ、エロリマン。
Wait, what? Did she say lowly or something like that? Sounded like it, but you know, Japanese, so it'd be an ah. Look for Datamon. We need Datamon's help to complete the antivirus program. Can you imagine if Datamon's voice sounded like that? That'd be freaking weird. It'd be like, you sound more like how Datamon should sound in comparison. I think Datamon is nigh planes, but Yuramon in the town knows more about Datamon's precise location.
ねえね
Hey, did you fight Datamon? Not that things will be that easy.
え、ごめんなさい。
I'd like to help, but I just don't think I'm up to it yet. Sorry to ask so much of you, but I know you can do this.
やべえ。
You know what? Now I'm realizing I could have got freaking Meicoomon potentially while I was heading for Botamon. Got that off the list, you know, but it probably wouldn't have gone well because he's a freaking mega level. I mean, I could rely on cross-stage evolution because I haven't used it up for a day, but still, I might actually need it, honestly. Looks like my intelligence network's pretty solid, huh? Hey, get going to nigh planes on it. If Datamon gets away, all my hard work will go down the drain. We could wait several thousand years. Granted, that wouldn't work out because, you know, you'd have to keep the game running long enough for 1,000 in-game years to pass. And you wouldn't even be able to do that. Can you imagine I just leave it on the whole time? You wouldn't be able to, because eventually your Digimon are just going to fade away, and you know, a menu will pop up, and you'll have to go through that. So you can't just leave it running the whole time. You'd have to, you know, go back to it every now and then. It'd be impossible. Why am I even, you know, like thinking of the idea or something like that? That's just ridiculous. That's just madness. But the point is, you know, we could take our time and nothing will change. Kota sure seems happy to have been helpful. His face is brightened right up, and you've finally regained the ability to talk.
やだやだ。
How to stay behind and get boring ticking long.
頼むぞ。
We need Datamon if we're going to finish this antivirus program.
頼むぞ。
We have reports of Datamon being seen in nigh planes by power plant number 1. You know what to do. See what I mean? Datamon tells us. If we go to talk to Yuramon, they're probably not going to say anything about this. Just like, it's a hell of an oversight. Unless it's a translation thing. Maybe when they said to go talk to Yuramon, they didn't actually specifically say that. Maybe that was just like, it was translated differently. Yep, it's unfortunate. Especially because I don't think I really had much money to begin with. Oh wait, yes I did, because I bought that giant Botamon. Yeah, an interesting thing, you know, I noticed in Project Zero. There's a character called Rui, and their gender is kind of left ambiguous. Because it's never explicit whether they're a boy or a girl. And it's kind of part of their character, it's like the mystery of it. And in the translation, like if you have the English voice acting on where it reads the English translation, there's a character that refers to them as a boy, and then when Rui, you know, corrects them saying that they're a girl, the other person's like, liar. But when you put the Japanese voice acting on, nothing like that actually is said. Like, Rui just says I, doesn't even say whether they're, you know, a boy or a girl. It's a really weird, different translation that is completely changes the scene entirely. It's weird. Oh wait, you're actually all mentioning Datamon. Datamon, oh you mean that tiny machine Digimon? Yeah, I see them in nigh planes somewhere near old cableway, I think. I guess you do acknowledge it then. So forget everything I just said. Well, I mean, you don't need to forget everything I just said. I'm just saying now. Sometimes, for whatever reason, translators will just completely change the entire idea of a scene for whatever reason, and it loses complete context. It makes no sense why that happens. And the only reason that I even noticed that in the first place with Project Zero is because I could understand a little bit of Japanese. And I could tell that they were not saying the dialogue that they were saying. Plus I also watched a video that basically said much. So there's that too, I guess. What I think about interesting about video games. The character was basically kind of like a Sherlock Holmes and Watson kind of thing, but not really, because apparently there's a Japanese version of those characters in a sense, and they basically were based on that. But they wanted to give, I guess, the Watson role a bit of a twist by having so it's like, what if they were a girl? What if they could also be a boy? What if we leave their gender completely ambiguous? And that is how that character came to be. So, did say the old cable, right? And now we must feast on vegetables and fruits. Let's start off with an appetizer. We're out of fruit. Ah, shit, you're still hungry. Alright, this is gonna do a numbering of discipline. You know, that's great. Have I got any other fruits? I could just make regular fruit. No, I don't even have that. Well, I'll give you this instead. So that this thing doesn't go way down.
これでよし
It just me or is Phoenixmon's chest kind of reminiscent of like a gorilla or something. King Kong was reborn as a phoenix. I was watching a video on the original Digimon world the other day, and they were going on about how the evolutions in that game are not really explained in the game, but they are to some extent, and they showed a clip of Meicoomon basically hinting at how you get Skullgreymon, Phoenixmon, and Datamon. And I can't remember if I even figured that out for Phoenixmon. I knew that it was the thing for Digimon and Skullgreymon. You basically have a male Greymon who's in battle has a chance of digivolving to Skullgreymon. Did I really forget to report back to you, or have you returned? And it's the same with Angemon. It can, you know, digivolve to Digimon potentially if it loses a battle. And I guess for Phoenixmon, I don't know, I would assume it would be Botamon losing battle and digivolve Phoenixmon. I don't know, it's the only one that would make sense to me. And for Meicoomon, I think it's a case of a rookie level Digimon potentially. If it falls in battle, it has a chance to evolve to Meicoomon. I forget. Point is, you know, evolutions were really confusing that game, and the whole reason I brought that up is because, you know, Phoenixmon right here. You were in the original Digimon worlds. You were seen as an ultimate level back then because mega levels weren't a thing, yes. Did you find anything? I don't know. When did we last talk? Explain everything that happens. Yeah, that's perfect. You explain it to him. He's all like, yeah, this is how the story went. Does anyone else remember it? No? Tough shit. But at different worlds. You know, I'll recap anyways for that. I think we encountered a bunch of Datamon in Organic Wastelands, if I recall. They were from a different world. I think they were possibly looking into Meicoomon, and they became possessed by some leftover thing. I don't know what it was. I forget. And they attacked us, and so we kicked their asses and they left. Or something along those lines. I can't remember, it was a while ago. About a different world, I'm probably being targeted. Human, There you are! Oh god, we get into a fight already. Don't move! We're using a force field, so any attempts to resist will be futile. And this is an interesting trio, isn't it? It's like, we were chosen based on our colors. We, you know, go together nicely. We are the winter team. You're coming with us. Bye. What the? I said don't move. You fool! How could you? With one hit. Damn. Look at that stance, like, come at me, bro. You know, I haven't seen the anime that Meicoomon's in, but I'm pretty sure they're a villain. And spoilers for wherever anime it came from. I mean, it's what spoiler me, because it's like, you know, Yuramon. Yuramon has a habit of dying in the anime. And I was watching a compilation of it, and I think a Meicoomon killed Yuramon, and it was kind of brutal. It's like, Jesus Christ, this vicious little psychopath. It's like, how could you do that? Only, well, there are characters that do have a redemption arc after killing Yuramon, but you know, killing Yuramon seems to be the go-to thing in the animes. It's like, okay, to really show that someone has gone too far, they kill Yuramon. Because Yuramon, you know, he's that character trope, you know, the one that always gets killed off for sympathy. and to, you know, have the villain be seen as irredeemable. Yeah. Meicoomon is a champion level. It doesn't look like a champion level, but it is. So we can figure that. He took out 3 champions. Well, actually, he took out 2 champions. So I'm pretty sure Ice Yuramon is ultimate level. The funny thing is, Ice Yuramon was apparently originally going to be, but I guess it didn't make the cut. So apparently its name is in the game. Same with Datamon, and I think there was a champion level Digimon that didn't make it. I think it was called like Thunder something Mon. Thanks to the speed. And Shadowfall. Nerf? Ha, where am I? Don't play dumb, you little bastard. You're a human. Got any better back? Have you gotten your sanity back? Do you even know who you are? You? No, you're not you. Me? What? I remember. I'm sorry. I'm being called back to the other world. Farewell. Thanks. Meicoomon placed something on the ground before disappearing. An evolution stone, I imagine. Yep. You cleared the add-on scenario Meikoomon's riddle. They'll be back later on. They're one of those extra quests that has different stage that comes into play later on. Of course, it doesn't really affect the main story or anything, but you know, it's a side story. Like with Rina. Who's interested in Cyber Sleuth, her cameo appearance ended up being part of the main story.
まったく手間取らせてくれちゃって。もっと正確な情報をよこしなさいってのよ。
You know, I just realized I was just talking about, you know, Digimon that were in the original Digimon world but weren't at the same time. You know, Datamon was among those. I wonder, they probably saw it as an ultimate level back then. And then, you know, once, you know, they introduced the idea of mega levels, although they're called something different in Japanese, they're not called like that. If I recall, mega level might actually be ultimate level, I forget, it's kind of confusing.
何を言ってるのです？
こっちの話よ。それよりナノモンちゃん、観念しなさいな。痛くしないからね。
なんです？頭が。
あら、早いじゃないのよ。仕方ないわ。作戦 B に行こうね。
Wonder what the kanji character on his chest says. Maybe I'll try to translate it if I can remember to.
さあ、行きなさい、ナノモンちゃん。
You know, in editing, of course. Well, Datamon. Should we fight Datamon right now or save him for the next boss? Ultimate cliffhanger. I'll leave it up to Specsaver's case. Specsaver's logo for fight, on Specsaver's logo side for leave it the next time. 2 out of 3. Okay, fight. That's run away. Well, not run away, it's rather for the next part. And finally, the determining one is... Didn't land properly. Didn't land properly. Stop opening up. It's leave it to next time. So you'll have to wait for the thrilling conclusion of this in the next part. You know, if we hadn't fought Meicoomon, I would fight him right now. We're up to 44 minutes, down to 45, and there's going to be more cutscenes and stuff after this, and it'll drag on a lot longer than 5 minutes, which would put it into, you know, 50-minute territory, which I try to avoid, but I oftentimes end up going over things anyway. But yeah. See you next time, viewers. See you next time.